Hello everybody and welcome to the Daily Review, episode number 238 for Thursday, October 22nd, 2009. And the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is New York, I Love You. This is the latest anthology-esque type of film. It has about 10 different directors, I think, each with their own short film kind of interwoven in the story. They're all take place in New York and they're all about love in one way or another. The cast, I'm going to try to read as many of these as possible. I'm probably skipping some of them. Includes Shia LaBeouf, Natalie Portman, Bradley Cooper, Chris Cooper, Orlando Bloom, Christina Ricci, Hayden Christensen, Rachel Bilson, Anton Yelkin, Ethan Hawke, Olivia Thirlby, John Hurt, and Julie Christie. There's more than that. Also, that sounds like a crazy cast, and it is. There's a lot of big people in this film. New York, I Love You is a pretty good film, and I think it's about as good as these anthology type films can be. The one before this previously was Paris Je T'aime, which is basically the same type of thing but set in Paris, France, and it's all about love. But there's a few things that I think Paris Je T'aime does a lot better than New York, I Love You. And I'm going to get into that in a second. I think these types of anthology films are only as good as their best shorts that are in there. And I think New York, I Love You has a few that are pretty good, but I don't think there are any that are, mind-blowing or like, wow, that was a really amazing short film. And that being said, there are a few little shorts in New York, I Love You that fall really flat and they feel just kind of nothing, almost to the point where after I saw the film, I didn't even really remember what happened in certain shorts just because there was really nothing to them. The few that I liked the most in New York, I Love You, there's one involving, Shia LaBeouf and Julie Christie, and Shia LaBeouf is basically like this hotel attendant, like a bellboy, and she's staying there, and that short is very surreal, and I feel like that one is the most original out of all of them. I feel like it's the one that you can feel has a real director's stamp on it, that you can tell this is a different director than the other films. Also, there's one involving Ethan Hawke talking to a girl that he's trying to proposition into sleeping with him and going back to his place. That's very funny. There's also one that I really like involving an old couple, and the film just basically follows them walking down the street to Coney Island, and their banter between the two of them is very funny, and by the end of it you can really tell these two people are in love. The problem I think with New York, I Love You, if anything, is that unlike Paris Je T'aime, which shows you, I believe it had 13, 14 short films in that one, and in each of them it was like the short film, and then it went into the other one. It wasn't trying to do interwoven stories, it wasn't trying to do that sort of thing. And I think New York, I Love You, it tries to blend all of them together, and by doing that, I don't feel like any of the shorts are different directors or different writers. They all felt very similar, with the exception of Shia LaBeouf's story. Also, I will say that the thing that Paris Je T'aime does better than New York, I Love You is that the short films in Paris Je T'aime, there were a few that were like, wow, to me. I still remember the very last one in Paris Je T'aime done by Alexander Payne, which is basically about a tourist that comes to Paris, France. It was this middle-aged woman, and she speaks French, but she doesn't speak it. She speaks it like an American would speak French, and so her whole voiceover is in French, and it's very comical, but it turns very serious by the end of it, and I remember being affected by that short film. There weren't any short films in New York, I Love You that I was really affected by, but that being said, I still think it's a good film. It's just not great, and it's not at that level of greatness. I would probably say wait for it to come out on DVD. I was playing at a local theater near me, so I just checked it out. But don't let the humongous cast fool you. It's just a good movie. I feel like it could be a lot better. The potential for it is there, but it just doesn't really come full circle. I give New York, I Love You a 3 out of 5. I'm hoping that they can come back with another city and make it better. I'm thinking a London would be nice, a Vegas would be awesome. I think that they were doing Rio de Janeiro next, which I'm kind of indifferent towards, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another one for you.